I am delighted to be joined by the Helen Morrisson off of Foxtrap. Helen, it's lovely to have you back on the island again. You are here for a very busy weekend, and admittedly, by the time people hear this, most of it will have finished. But first of all, you're here for a single release. Tell us about that first.
Yeah, so we've got a single release on Friday, or the Friday that's just gone for you guys, and that's at Foraging Vintners. But it's a release of our song called Release, which is one of our first songs that we wrote, and it's co-authored by my dad as well, so he'll be absolutely thrilled.
Love it. What kind of part did he play in it?
Well, partly the provider of the wine, but Jev had sort of sent the backing track, just a very sort of kind of sparse and bare backing track, and then I'd sort of played around with a few chords, and then my dad and I had gotten something written, and my dad was like, "Oh, that's rubbish, let's try again." So then we started drinking loads of wine, and I was like, "I think I've got it, Dad," and he's like, no, I've got it. And then sort of together we managed to sort of kind of like piece together, I guess, the band, and like Jev obviously, but the three of us managed to piece cobble something together. So,
I love that is brilliant. Has he done anything like this with you before with your music?
We did write a couple of songs together. We haven't done any more on the Baltic States, but I mean, he's a really creative man, so he's always sort of like writing things or writing stories or trying to make, even he's a teacher, but he like tries to create really interesting ways to teach things, so he's big into his animation and things like that. Yeah, basically, if he can get on board with anything creative, he's like, "I'll do it."
Excellent. I might be giving him a call then. Now, you mentioned Baltic States there, so okay, let's get this. No, but this is perfect, because I want to ask, how does that sort of transition work then? Because you were Baltic States, you are now Foxtrap.
Clearly not very well. So we signed up with a record label called Anti-Fragile Records, who suggested that we change our name because it's quite difficult to Google, because obviously the Baltic States take precedent over a small little band from Liverpool. So they they suggested that we change our name, so we just tried to go through loads and loads of names, and eventually we came up with Foxtrap after hundreds of names, and they were just like, yeah, we like that one, and I was like, oh, okay then, that's it, right, we'll go with that. But sometimes it's really difficult, especially when you're referring to the past, because then you think of the band in past tense, which is the Baltic States. But no, sorry, we're Foxtrap. No, I do it all the time with Jev. All the time I'm like, the Baltic States. He's like, no, Helen, Foxtrap. Oh yeah.
It's confusing in a way, but at the same time, you've absolutely owned it, because you've got this fab logo. You've been using it. You've kind of like integrated videos into it now as well, and it does suit the sound, doesn't it?
I think so. I mean, it took a while to warm to, because I was quite fond of the Baltic States, but as soon as Jev came up with that incredible logo, I was like, wow, no, that's it. Yep, I'm sold.
So